Hello, buddy, and welcome to Chrysler Arena as the Michigan Wolverines take on the Fort Wayne Mastodons. I'm Chris Pickler here with Joseph Gross. Joseph, what does Fort Wayne need to do to try to get this upset?
It's definitely an uphill battle for the Fort Wayne Mastodons today. It's going to have to start on the defensive end, getting some turnovers and getting out into the open floor. The two players I'm looking at for them are Desir Young, their leading scorer on the year, 11.4 points per game, and Hannah Albrecht, sister of Spike
Albrecht.
Spike Albrecht, who on the season is shooting 47.1% from downtown. I'd like to see her take some more shots from beyond the line.
All right, let's get your starting lineup through for the Wolverines. It's Flaherty, Munger, Dunstan, Brown, and Thome. And for Fort Wayne, the team looking to get this big upset. They are in blue with white letters. Albrecht, Loppin, Cooper, Young, Williams, and Rep. Fort Wayne is 3-7. Michigan is 9-2. Thome is ready to go against Young. It's up, and Michigan's going to take possession. Flaherty's got it. They're going left to right. Gets it to Dunstan. Dunstan over Munger in the left wing. It's a Haley Brown back out to Dunstan. Dunstan, Flaherty. Flaherty going against Loppin Cooper, one of their best players. We talked about him earlier. Flaherty tried to go inside to Thome. He lost the ball. She lost the ball to Loppin Cooper, and they'll take possession.
And that's exactly what we were just talking about. Fort Wayne comes out, gets a quick turnover.
Here we go. Young's got it, top of the key, gets it back to Loppin Cooper. Loppin Cooper over to Albrecht. Albrecht works against Caitlin Flaherty. Over Young. Young left wing, works against Dunstan, tries to find something. Loppin Cooper, three, good, but they're going to wave it off. There's going to be a foul on the Mastodons, and it'll be Michigan ball.
Nice possession there by Fort Wayne. They had some ball movement, and that three actually ended up going in, but just an unfortunate loose ball foul away from the shot.
All right, Michigan takes possession, 0-0 early. Thome's got it, gets it to Munger in the corner for three. Good!
And that time down, Michigan Wolverines absolutely picked apart the zone of the Fort Wayne Mastodons. A wide open look in the corner.
Here we go. Young's got it. Young gets it to Albrecht, who works against Munger down the left wing. Back to Young. Young's going to drive inside. She's got Thome on top of her. She won't get anything. They get it back to Loppin Cooper, left wing. Gets a screen to the right. Now she works against Munger. Gets it to the corner to Young. Young works against Thome. She can't get anything. They lose the ball. Dunstan gets the steal. Michigan takes it back. Dunstan wants to go all the way. She can't. She'll stop. Hand it off to Munger in the corner, and they'll reset. Dunstan wanted to go inside to Thome. She can't. Gets it over to Haley Brown. Corner three. No good. That's just where Munger just made it. But the offensive rebound. Hallie Thome puts it up, puts it in. It's 5-0.
And Hallie Thome has been absolutely dominant this season, averaging 16 points and 6.3 rebounds, showing what she can do right there.
Young has it top of the key, gets a screen, now tries to go inside, gets it out to Albrecht. Albrecht working against the other number 10, Munger. She rolls to the right, tries to get the backdoor pass. That's Rep. Rep puts it up, no good. The rebound goes to Brown. Michigan will get the ball.
Rep not shooting very good on the season, only at 37%.
Munger, corner three, no good. Rims out. Ball goes to Young. Young will take it. She finds Loppin Cooper. Loppin Cooper gets it to Rep, back out to Young, top of the key. She works against Haley Brown. Now she gets it to Albrecht. Excuse me, that's Rep. Rep works against Dunstan. She's going to go inside. Finds Loppin Cooper for three on the left wing. That's no good. Rebound goes to Hallie Thome.
And just not enough ball movement from the Fort Wayne Mastodons early on in this game, playing right into the Michigan Wolverines' hands.
Flaherty's going to get a long two, no good, but the rebound goes to Dunstan. Now she'll get a three, top of the key. Go!
And if you give Flaherty too many looks from the same spot, eventually she's going to knock it down. Came off that screen, had a wide open look from the top of the key, was upset that she didn't hit it, got the ball right back in just 2 feet behind the line, drained it this time around.
And Fort Wayne is going to call a timeout immediately. 7:15 to go, first quarter, 8-0, Michigan on top. And we've seen it early. We saw the three-pointers by both Flaherty and Munger. Thome inside getting the offensive rebound. This is exactly what Michigan needs to do.
Yeah, and it's really going to Fort Wayne Mastodons are going to have to make some adjustments on the defensive end if they want to stay in this game early. Early on, we're seeing that there's just too many open looks in the corner for Munger. She's already had two open looks, made one of them. They're not staying tight to Flaherty off the pick and roll. She's getting whatever shot she wants early, and then they're not getting the defensive rebound when they do make the Michigan Wolverines miss. And if the Fort Wayne Mastodons want to stay in this game early, already down 8-0, just a few minutes into the game, they're going to have to do a better job on the defensive end so they can get out and get some easy looks in transition.
Jalencia Williams and Hannah Hess are both going to check in for the Mastodons. And a quick timeout. We're 2 minutes, 45 seconds into the game. They already called timeout. This is big because if you're trying to get this upset, you need to start off hot. And this is what you can expect about a team trying to get the upset on the road like Fort Wayne is right here. This is a big timeout. If they can't get this together in the first quarter, all of a sudden, you're looking at what Detroit Mercy had against the men's basketball team earlier today. It was 62-31 at one point. It was a complete blowout.
Yeah, from right now what we can see, Fort Wayne Mastodons definitely look like they're not playing up to the Michigan Wolverines level. They definitely can't play like they're scared of the Wolverines. Here in the Chrysler Center, Chrysler Arena, they have to make sure that they're taking the game to the Wolverines and not the other way around, or else it's going to be a long game.
It's about, I would say, a third full here at Chrysler Arena. We got the top section is marked down to make it look like it's a little more full. But the bottom section, the bottom bowl, I would say it's about a third full. It's a third full. It's pretty decent.
Yeah, pretty decent attendance. The alumni band is out in force, as always.
Of course. It's very exciting. And if you're the Wolverines, this is a big basketball day for you. We said earlier the Michigan Wolverines took on Detroit Mercy earlier today. That was a complete blowout at Little Caesars Arena. Michigan looking to do the same against Fort Wayne.
Yeah, a good day for Michigan basketball, looks like. And this is the Wolverines' second to last non-conference game, so an opportunity to get some final tune-up in before conference play begins.
It's Williams, Hess, Albrecht, Cooper, Young for Fort Wayne. For Michigan, it's Flaherty, Munger, Dunstan, Brown, and Thome. We're back. Fort Wayne's got it. It's Cooper. Tried to go inside. She couldn't find anything. Gets it to Hess. Hess works against Flaherty. She's stuck on the left wing. She's going to dribble around. She can't do anything. She gets it out to... That's Albrecht. Albrecht works with Munger. Now Thome is going to help out. She's still top of the key, trying to find something. She goes inside. That's Williams. Williams inside, or puts it up, no good off glass, and the rebound gets out to Haley.
And a nice move by Williams there, a little up and under, just couldn't quite finish the layup, but that was definitely the best look of the game for the Fort Wayne Mastodons. Now Munger gets it inside.
Gets it to Jillian Dunstan. Good find by Thome and puts it up and in. It's 10-0.
And beautiful ball movement there from the Michigan Wolverines, just side to side. Had Munger in the corner, got the Mastodon defense to bite, and then she got it inside for the easy two.
Cooper, the point guard, trying to go inside something, but Dunstan stopping her there. This is Hess works against Flaherty. Hess is going to go inside. She'll go all the way against Thome. Off the glass, no good. The rebound goes to Williams. Williams puts it in, and Fort Wayne is finally on the board.
Here comes Flaherty the other way, though, not wasting any time, showing that early attitude by the Michigan Wolverines that they're not going to give Fort Wayne any time to breathe.
Munger, left corner. She had a three, didn't take it. Gets it inside to Thome with the little scoop shot there, and it's good. It's 12-2.
And Thome shooting 64.4% from the field, an absolutely ridiculous rate on the season so far.
Hess has it to Albrecht, top of the key, left wing to Young. Young works against Haley Brown. She's standing there, and she's just going to put up a three. It's an air ball. Flaherty's going to let it go out of bounds, and it's going to be Michigan basketball.
That one was not even close. And right now it's not even about the shot selection of the Mastodons early on is just showing that they're afraid to take it inside against Hallie Thome and that Michigan defense. They really don't want any part of the Michigan Wolverines in the paint so far.
Hess and Albrecht both come out for Fort Wayne. It's Williams, McCarver, Cooper, Young, and Rep. And Michigan keeps Flaherty, Dunstan, Brown, Church, and Hallie Thome inside. This is Deja Church, the point guard, top of the key. Gets it left wing to Dunstan, goes inside to Thome. Thome with a little reverse layup, up and in. It's 14-2. The Wolverines are on top.
And Deja Church, definitely the future of the Michigan Wolverines basketball, has shown so far this season that she has a lot of potential in the years to come.
Cooper rolls to the left, tries to shake Jillian Dunstan. It's not going to work. Gets it to Young. Young works against Flaherty. She goes inside, gets it back out to Williams. Williams at the free throw line. She's stuck. Now she's going to try to go inside on Thome. She'll get the throw a shot up. No good. Thome gets the rebound, grabs it away from Church. Michigan heads the other way. Dunstan left wing, gets it to Church. Church in the left corner. Tries to get it to Flaherty. It's going to be knocked out of onside. Cooper. It'll stay with Michigan.
And just a little more on Church. So far this season, in only a few minutes, she's averaging 8 points, 2.1 rebounds, and 1.5 assists, and second among Big Ten freshmen in shooting percentage at 53.3%. So shown that in the few minutes that she's gotten so far this season, a very efficient player.
Dunstan going to bring it out. 4:42 to go. Gets it to Flaherty. Flaherty is double teamed. She tries to get it around. She'll behind the back pass to Dunstan. Get it inside to Church. Church throws it up, draws the foul, and gets the N1. Deja Church, are you kidding me?
A little bit more aggressiveness from Fort Wayne Mastodons on defense that time, but the Michigan Wolverines made them pay. Got some nice passes by Flaherty to get out of that trap, got it baseline, and then for the and one.
Deja Church will take the free throw, 3 dribbles with her right hand, puts it up, puts it in. It is 17-2, Michigan on top of Fort Wayne.
Exactly what the Fort Wayne Mastodons did not want, and an absolutely perfect start for the Michigan Wolverines.
This is Cooper trying to shake Dunston. Now she's going to go inside, get it at the corner. That's Young. Back out to Rep. Back to Cooper, top of the key, gets it in the corner to Rep. Inside goes to McCarver, I believe that is. Now McCarver's going to get the 3, top of the key, no good. And it's going to be knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Fort Wayne as Deja Church couldn't corral the rebound and went out of bounds.
Couldn't quite get it, and Deja Church is coming off 6 boards against University of North Florida, so she has shown that she is getting better on the defensive rebounding end.
They look to inbound. They'll get it out to Rep. Rep to the corner. It's a long 2 for Cooper. It rims out. It gets to Thome. Shaka, she's got the rebound. She gets it up to head to Flaherty. Right wing Flaherty was going to drive it. She stopped and brought it back. She rolls to the left, gets it to Dunston. Corner to Church. Church goes inside to Thome. Thome dribbles it around the reverse layup. Up and good. 19-2. Are you kidding me?
And Michigan forcing some misses on the defensive end, not even giving the Mastodons a chance to get set defensively, getting it within 6 feet of the basket before the shot clock even ticks off 5 seconds.
A great possession there. McCarver's got it, gets it out to Young. Young going to roll inside, and she's going to be fouled from behind by Church. She went for the strip, instead got all body. And Fort Wayne will get possession as Munger's going to come back in.
And so far for the Fort Wayne Mastodons, it's been all Young and Cooper off the dribble at one-on-one at the top of the key trying to create. Haven't been able to find any good looks so far.
Jalencia Williams also comes in for the Mastodons. Cooper, the trigger man. And that's going to be a 5-second call. She had nowhere to go, and the Wolverines will get possession.
And so far, the Michigan Wolverines not only not letting the Fort Wayne Mastodons score, but not even letting them get a shot off. Right there, that 5-second call showed that.
19-2, Michigan on top of Fort Wayne. 3:30 to go, first quarter and counting. Munger calling for it inside, goes back out to Church, top of the key. Left wing Munger. Munger back out top of the key to Church. Church rolls to the right, gets it inside to Thome. Thome taller than everyone else. They're going to get a left wing 3 from Munger, no good. The rebound wide open goes to Dunston. Dunston going to go inside, put it up with the right hand, puts it in. It's a 21-2 ball game.
And a nice move there by Dunston. Fake with the right hand, came back to the left with a little baby hook just 4 or 5 feet away from the basket, showing ability to score around the rim.
My goodness, this is not a close game, folks. 21-2, Michigan on top. Young is in trouble now. She's going to throw it up off the glass, no good. It's going to be tipped out by Deja Church. She couldn't corral the rebound once again. And it'll be Fort Wayne ball as Cooper is going to come out. And coming in is number 21.
Another inbounds in the same spot from Cooper. This time she's able to get it in.
Tua Menon is going to come in. She's got the ball right now against Church. She gets it out to Williams. Jalencia Williams trying to find Cooper. Cooper's going to go inside over Thome. No good. Tried to get it above Thome. That's very hard to do. Michigan corrals the rebound.
Decent look there from Cooper. Just, again, unable to finish on the left hand.
Thome calling for it inside. Nobody can stop her. They're going to go to Munger in the corner. No good.
Offensive 3-second violation right there.
They're going to call a 3-second call on Hallie Thome. And Thome is going to sit down for Haley Brown with 2:28 to go in the first quarter.
And if Fort Wayne had a game plan coming into this game, it's definitely been thrown out of the window, or out of the entire arena, going down 21-2 early.
Cooper, the point guard, gets it out to Tua Menon, gets a screen from McCarver. She's trying to shake Nicole Munger. She can't do it. Gets it to Cooper. Munger will switch on to her. Back at the M, she's got 7 seconds. They've had to reset. Cooper gets in the corner to Young. Young going to throw up the shot off the backboard. No good. Rebound goes to Haley Brown. Under 2 minutes to go.
And Michigan Wolverines getting out quickly. They're looking to score.
They're going to slow it down. Gets it to Church. Church is going to reset. Tried to find Flaherty. She was unable. She's got Munger open. Now Munger's going to roll to inside. Church still has the ball with 12 on the clock. She rolls to the right. Gets it top of the key to Munger. Munger directing traffic, gets it to Flaherty in the corner. 3 is no good. It won't matter. They're going to call an offensive foul on the Wolverines.
Yeah, a little bit of a moving screen there by, I believe that was Hallie Thome. And a little bit of a moving screen there. Michigan Wolverines just didn't do a good job on that offensive possession. A rare turnover thus far in the game.
And Thome will come out. Robbins will come in. They'll go inside, and they wait for a quick Loppin Cooper layup, and it got blocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Fort Wayne. They tried to go quick. It did not fool the Wolverines as both Munger and Church got that block. They'll inbound it, finds it to Tuamenen. Tuamenen inside to Lindsay Williams. She's double teamed, and they're going to call a travel with 1:23 left. Michigan basketball.
And Williams had some good positioning there. She was only 3 feet away from the basket. Just took too many dribbles there, too much time. Right in there, you just got to take one dribble, put it up to the hoop. Just got in her head a little bit right there.
Michigan an 11-0 run the past 5 minutes. They have not scored in 5 minutes. They've made one basket.
And a 21-2 run for the game.
Yeah, here you go. Flaherty, they're going to call that a long two from the corner, no good. And the rebound's going to corral out to Loppin Cooper. Loppin Cooper's going to bring it back left wing.
Again there, gets the rebound, gets out, but has no support, nowhere to go.
She'll find Young in the corner. Another traveling call on Fort Wayne, Michigan basketball.
And so far, Fort Wayne, when they do get some good opportunities, like in that situation, one-on-one on the wing there, just unable to do absolutely anything with the ball.
Well, we said in the pregame notes they need to force turnovers. They are forcing turnovers, but it's their own turnovers. This is just absolutely ridiculous. Flaherty, right wing three, she's just going to take it. She was not open. Rebound goes out to Young.
So far, 5 turnovers for the Mastodons. Not what they wanted.
In one quarter so far, we're still in the first. Munger works against Young. Young still has the ball, works on the free throw line. Now she stops, she's stuck.
Make it 6 turnovers.
Make it 6 turnovers. She couldn't find McCarver. Michigan's going to bring it back to Munger. Munger left wing 3, and they're going to slow down. The shot clock is off. They're going to wait for the final. Munger had a wide open 3, but they're going to wait to get the final shot off. And Fort Wayne is going to have 2 points in the first quarter.
Yeah, and the Michigan Wolverines looking to put an exclamation point on a quarter of dominance right here.
Caitlin Flaherty, top of the key 3, no good. And Haley Brown's going to be called for the over-the-back call over Jalencia Williams. And with 3.5 seconds left, Fort Wayne is going to try to prove me wrong and try to get at least 4 points in this quarter. They get it inside. It's going to have to be a quick 3-point heave from Loppin Cooper. She's going to try to go inside.
Did not get it off in time.
No good, but she certainly did not get it off in time. We're through one quarter here at Chrysler Arena. Michigan 21, the Fort Wayne Mastodons 2.
And so far, it's been a really simple formula. You can't win the game, and you can't even stay in the game if you score 2 points in the first quarter. And the Michigan Wolverines absolutely shutting down the Fort Wayne offense. So far, looks like they're playing man-to-man defense, and Fort Wayne does not have the off-the-ball ability to get past the Michigan Wolverines defenders one-on-one.
It's interesting because we couldn't say something negative for the Wolverines. They haven't scored in over 3 minutes. They have 21 points, but they haven't scored in over 3 minutes. They're an 11-0 run, and Fort Wayne has not scored in the last 6 minutes and 9 seconds, all of their last 8 field goals.
And the craziest part is even though the Michigan Wolverines haven't scored in the last 3 minutes and 7 seconds, they're still shooting 56.3% from the field, 9 of 16 so far in this game.
9 of 16, 2 of 7 from 3. Meanwhile, Fort Wayne is 1 of 13. They've only had 1 3-pointer. It did not go in. Rebounds are 11-7 in favor of Michigan. Here's some stats for you. Hallie Thome is the leader in points so far with 8. She's 4 of 4 from the field. She's got 4 rebounds and 2 assists in 8 minutes. Flaherty, the big star, she's started off pretty rough. 1 of 5, 1 of 3 from 3. 3 points in 10 minutes. She also has a turnover. Dunston, 2 of 2. She's got 4 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. She and Thome are really the ones that crash the glass. And you can see it again there. They have 7 rebounds just by the 2 of them combined, which is tying what Fort Wayne has 7 rebounds in the entire quarter.
And Thome played 8 minutes in that first quarter, scored 8 points on 4 for 4 from the field, all right around the rim. And if Kim Barnes-Arico continues to give Thome these minutes throughout the entire game, we could be seeing some pretty gaudy numbers at the end of the night.
We could be seeing gaudy numbers. Unfortunately, I mean, we're on track for 84-8. I mean, if this keeps up, it is 84-8. 21-2 is the score right now, times 4, which is, I mean, it's funny, but it's not impossible. But you got to imagine the starters might not be playing that much in the second half. They might have some off time.
Yeah, I mean, the Michigan cheer team came out just now. They look like they had better ball movement than the Fort Wayne Mastodons have so far this year, and they didn't even have a basketball on the court. But so far in this game, everything we talked about right in the quick pregame before we started, Fort Wayne has to limit their turnovers and get Michigan Wolverines to turn the ball over. They've done the exact, and they have gotten the Michigan Wolverines to turn the ball over 3 times, but every time they get into the open court, they're just not able to find the right pass, and even when they do, not able to make the shot.
21-2 as we get underway here in the second quarter. It'll be Fort Wayne ball. It's going to be McCarver triggering inside from half court. And they'll see what they can do on offense here in the second quarter. Gets it to Loppin Cooper, and we are underway. Loppin Cooper heads to the right wing, gets a screen from Williams, doesn't take it. She tries to get it to Young, also can't. Now gets it back to Young, right wing. Right wing, she's going to go inside, and she's going to call for a foul. It will not be a shooting foul. She went up for a shot, but it's not going to count, and Flaherty's going to come right back in for the Wolverines.
A little bit of a reach in there on the drive. Looked like, was that Loppin Cooper? Had just gotten around the edge. And
that was Young. That was Young.
Young had just gotten around the edge and was stopped by a little hand check right there.
This is Tuinen, I should say. Tuinen gets it out to Loppin Cooper, who works against Flaherty. Flaherty about 20 seconds of rest there. She's back in the game. Loppin Cooper rolls to the right. She's trying to find somebody. Gets it to Tuinen. She loses the ball. Munger gets it the rebound. She's going to go inside all the way, puts it up off glass, and then it's 23-2. It is 23-2.
An excellent fast break there from Munger, using her body to shield Loppin Cooper, not letting her to even challenge the shot and laying it in for the easy 2.
McCarver gets it back to Young. Young's going to go inside. Up, no good. It's short. The rebound goes to Jillian Dunstan. Dunstan going to get it all the way up to Flaherty. Flaherty's going to go inside. Now she's going to go out back inside. Rolls around under the basket, something Spike Albrecht was known for doing while his time at Michigan. Gets denied to Thome, and that is just too easy. Hallie Thome making it look easy. She's 5 of 5 today for 10 points. It's 25-2. As it looks like new number 31, Sophia Rajala, is going to come in. She has played only 1 game so far this year, so Fort Wayne really already going to go to their bench pretty deep. Jonesy Williams going to go inside against Thome, and she's going to draw an offensive foul. That was Jillian Dunstan who helped on the double. She drew the offensive foul charge, and it's going to be Michigan basketball.
And that's exactly how Dunstan has made her game this year for the Michigan Wolverines, leading the team with 9.9 rebounds and showing that she is a defensive presence there on the inside, drawing the charge and getting the Michigan Wolverines an extra possession.
Sophia Rajala, the freshman, 6 feet tall. She's going to be in charge of guarding Hallie Thome, who has a 5-inch height advantage. This is Johnson. Akira Johnson inside, gets it to Flaherty. Flaherty goes right around the defender, no good, but gets the rebound off glass, good, 27-2.
Flaherty now with 5 points on the game, and if she settles into a rhythm, it could get even worse for Fort Wayne going forward.
Rajala has it. Gets it to Ennen, back to Rajala. Rajala to Young, left wing. She works against Akira Johnson. Out to McCarver. McCarver to Loppin Cooper, works against Flaherty. Back left wing 3 for Young. It is good, and it's 27-5. How about that?
How about that? An absolutely beautiful stroke from Young in the left wing. Looked good the entire way. Didn't even move the net as it went through.
And finally, that outscored everything that the entire team has done so far. And they're going to get a push on Loppin Cooper, which was 100% correct. Just completely pushed Caitlin Flaherty in the middle of the offensive possession. And with 7:40 to go, it's 27-5. The home team is on top.
And that's a frustration foul right there. So far, Loppin Cooper looking like she might be the only player out there, along with DeZur, who's really trying for Fort Wayne so far. And right there, just got a little frustrated.
Albrecht comes in for Loppin Cooper after the foul. There was a mix-up on Caitlin Flaherty miss. 2 bodies hit the floor. They're going to call it on Michigan, and Fort Wayne will have possession.
2 bodies. Looked like the entire team had fallen on the floor. 3 players strewn all across the paint. And so far, that's what the story has been. Michigan Wolverines diving for the ball. Fort Wayne not quite so. And Fort Wayne not making any shots when they get the open looks.
Albrecht is the point guard right now. She brings it up against Flaherty. Gets a screen from the left. McCarver's going to go inside off the right wing, inside to Rajala, who loses the ball. She looks like a player who's only played 1 game. They're going to call it a jump ball, and it's going to be ball to Michigan.
Just looked like she wasn't expecting the ball right there. Hit her right in the hands and bounced right off of him. And that jump ball is going to be the 9th turnover on the game for Fort Wayne. Not exactly what they wanted coming into the Chrysler Arena.
And it's not like we're in the 4th quarter where 9 turnovers is kind of acceptable. We're in the second quarter, 3 minutes into it, not even. They've already have 9 turnovers, and Flaherty's going to throw the ball right away, gets it to Munger. Oh. They're going to say it's touched by Young. Young does not like that. Michigan will keep possession.
Did not appear to be tipped right there.
It didn't, but they're going to call it on that. Flaherty in the corner gets it to Dunston at the free throw line. Other corner to Munger, fakes the shot. Now she goes inside with the floater up and good. Beautiful shot there by Nicole Munger.
And Munger's already made 2 threes from that exact corner. That time got the defense to bite with a little pump fake, took 2 steps in with the nice right-handed floater.
Albrecht gets a fake screen from Rajala. Now over right wing to McCarver. Inside, tries to find Rajala. It's going to be tipped by Thome. Jillian Dunston's going to get the rebound and a frustration foul by Rajala there. It's going to be Michigan basketball.
And you say that's a frustration foul, but that might actually be a better foul than just letting Michigan get the 5-on-4 going the other way. So frustration foul or maybe a smart play from an inexperienced player.
Flaherty works against Albrecht. She gets it in. She's going to try to reset here. Gets it to Munger, top of the key, over to Kimra Johnson on the right wing. Johnson to Flaherty in the corner. She's going to roll inside. She's going to go all the way. The floater off glass, no good. Dunston the rebound, puts it up off the high glass. It's good, and it's 31-5. Albrecht has it against Flaherty. Top of the key, she rolls to the left, gets a screen from Rajala. Gets it out to McCarver. McCarver top of the key looking for someone. It's Young in the left wing she'll find. Young works against Johnson to the right wing. Rajala is now going to put up a 3. That's not even close. And the rebound is going to be fought for down low. It looked like Johnson may have pushed a Fort Wayne player. They're going to call another jump ball. It'll stay here with Fort Wayne, and each team will have some substitutions.
I don't even think Fort Wayne wants the ball right now. When they have their offensive possession going on, they're just passing it side to side. No one really looks like they want to take the shot. Rajala's come in. She's taken a few shots from deep. None of them have been that close so far. Fort Wayne needs to do a little bit better ball movement on the offensive end.
Hallie Thome is going to come out for Haley Brown. Here we go, Rajala, another 3 in the left wing. It's such an awkward-looking shot that you just don't expect it to go in. It obviously did not go in. And Jillian Dunston has it for the Wolverines. Back out top of the key, Flaherty. Back left wing to Dunston. Dunston, it looked like she wanted to pass the ball. She stopped the ball herself. Flaherty breaking some ankles.
I believe
it up and in.
Looked like Loppencooper Williams was on there on Flaherty that time. Flaherty crossed him right out of the arena. Someone check on Loppencooper. Her ankles might absolutely be destroyed right there.
And Albrecht is going to roll to the left. She'll get fouled there by Akinra Johnson. And Fort Wayne will make a substitution. It's going to be Albrecht coming in and Rajala coming out. We said earlier, Rajala, this is only her second game played. She took a couple shots, but it looked just a little awkward.
Looked like she hadn't quite played that many minutes this year, but at least she was taking the shots, something that can't be said of some of her teammates on Fort Wayne so far.
Here we go. Loppencooper's going to try to go all the way inside. She goes for the layup. It's blocked out of bounds by Akinra Johnson. It'll stay with Fort Wayne.
And Johnson getting some more minutes lately in non-conference play. Played 16 minutes in last game against the University of North Florida. Looking like she might get some extended minutes here today.
Johnson out. Robbins in as a substitution. Fort Wayne trying to get the ball in. Oh, just avoided a 5-second call, but Jillian Dunston tips the ball to herself. She's going to go all the way. 35-5. Are you kidding me?
And so far, Dunston filling up the stat sheet. That's 8 points, 5 rebounds to go along with 2 assists, and now a steal. Only in 12 minutes of play, showing that she can do it all against Fort Wayne.
And it looks like Michigan had another steal there from Flaherty, but they're going to call a foul against Loppencooper. And it's 4:49 to go in the quarter. We have a timeout on the floor.
35-5 lead for the Michigan Wolverines. I don't know how many times Fort Wayne can call timeout and hope that it's going to change coming out, but so far the Michigan Wolverines have been absolutely dominant, shooting 16 of 26 from the field for 61.5 percentage, and they haven't even been hitting the 3 so far, only shooting 2 of 7 from downtown.
And that's so surprising, 61% overall, 2 of 7 from 3. Michigan not playing the best game that they could. I mean, they have 35 points, which is always good, but Flaherty, their best player, is 3 of 10. They have a couple 0 for 1s, and then you look at girls like Thome, 5 of 5, Dunston, 4 of 4, Munger, 3 of 5, and all of a sudden, I mean, there's just so much going on that isn't Caitlin Flaherty right now.
Yeah, it looks like Hallie Thome has been leading the way. I mean, she came out, gave some more minutes to some other players. Dunston's really taken over the game and all on the defensive and offensive side of the games. And just a quick stat for you, Chris.
Yeah.
The last time the Michigan women's basketball team shot at least 60% of the field,
oh boy,
was in November 23rd, 2015 versus USC, where they shot 45 for 75, a nice round 60%. So something to keep our eye on going forward. Shooting so far 61.5%. Could they update that record?
16 of 26. That is a very interesting fact that actually makes a lot of sense. That's a great find, man. That's really good.
Thank you. These packets they give us really help.
These information packets are really nice. As they're doing the T-shirt toss here, they don't have the cannon because the cannon would shoot too much. We said it earlier, Chrysler Arena, they bring down these, curtains, I guess you call them, which takes away the upper bowl. I guess it's so it looks more full, but it's very interesting that they lower these curtains when the women play.
Yeah, I don't really know. Lowering them preemptively before people have even come into the game seems like a bit early. But so far, the atmosphere in Chrysler Arena has been pretty good, so maybe that's part of the reason that they do it.
For sure, and you know, this is a Saturday game. This is a game right after the men played at Little Caesars Arena. You know, you would expect to see quite a few faces, and it's mostly yellow. There's some blue behind the Fort Wayne bench, but other than that, it's Michigan yellow and Michigan blue all over the place.
Looks like friends and family for Fort Wayne out here today.
Unfortunately,
and
for them. I mean, it's a little rough one today.
I mean, you say unfortunately, but they do get to come here to the Michigan Wolverines playing Chrysler Arena and challenge themselves against what has been a pretty good team so far this season.
Fort Wayne has also played Illinois and Xavier. They lost both games, Illinois by 14, Xavier by 12. Really every other game here, Milwaukee, Eastern Illinois, Coastal Carolina, Quincy. Not great. McCarver is going to have a 3 from the right wing. It is good. And it's 35-8.
And a good shot there. It's a very smooth stroke from the right wing.
Deja Church gets it inside to Haley Brown. Puts it up with the left hand. No good. But the rebound goes to Dunston. Back out to Munger. Right wing to Robbins. Robbins back top of the key to Church. Church gets it to Robbins, who had a corner 3. She did not take it. Instead, she gets it to Church. Church gets it to Munger. Munger in the corner works against Albrecht. Now she'll go inside to Haley Brown again. Puts it up with the right hand. No good. It's short. The rebound goes to Williams.
And a little bit of an awkward shot there from Haley Brown, the freshman, who's been averaging 8.1 points per game this year so far.
And this is another Williams. This is Diamond Williams. She's the starter. This is not Jalencia Williams. As Albrecht has the top of the key, works against Munger, down to 12 on the clock, gets it stripped by Robbins. She gets it back. Robbins will take control. Now she's going to roll in all the way, gets it to the corner. 3 wasn't taken there by Loppencooper. Gets it to McCarver. 1 on the clock, throws up a 3. Oh! Off the backboard, are you kidding me? McCarver!
I think we found what the formula is for Fort Wayne on offense. Stand out 30 feet from the basket, wait for the shot clock to tick down, and then just throw it up.
Just let it go 29 seconds to 1, and then throw it up as the Haley Brown shot no good. Robbins gets the rebound up and in off the glass. It's good.
And Robbins, of course, the sophomore, played in all 11 games this year so far, and in all 11 come off the bench.
Loppencooper to McCarver, over to... Back to Albrecht, top of the key. She's stuck, gets it to McCarver. McCarver, another 3. It's good on the top of the key, and it's 37-14.
And
Kashira McCarver, are you kidding me?
And a bit of a run here from Fort Wayne, showing some fight early on, forcing the Michigan Wolverines to sort of rethink what's going on here in the past few minutes.
They tipped the inbounds pass out of bounds. It stays with Michigan. Dunston going to try to get it to Church. And Church is guarded.
And we mentioned early on in the game that Fort Wayne should be shooting more from deep, specifically Hannah Albrecht. So far, 4 of 7 from deep. Maybe they should be shooting more from beyond the arc.
Very interesting. McCarver is 3 of 3, including that throw up with 1 on the clock. Haley Brown going to get it inside to Flaherty. Back door. It's no good. But they're going to call a foul inside. That's going to be on McCarver.
And a wide open look there from Flaherty on her preferred right hand. Really could have been a chance for an and one right there, but she'll take the 2 shots, although she'll know that she should have made that one right there.
Flaherty known to be a very good free throw shooter. Foam ready to come in after the first. 1 dribble, 2 dribble with the right hand, puts it up, puts it in. And Foam will come in for Haley Brown.
Period of extended rest there for Hallie Foam after playing a large portion of the first quarter. Remember, she had 10 points on 5 of 5 shooting, and now she comes in looking to pad her stats even more.
Second free throw up and good, so she got the 2 points either way. Maybe not exactly how she wanted to get them, but she got the 2 points. And Fort Wayne is down 39-14.
Yeah, and Flaherty, even though she's shooting 3 for 10, already has 9 points on the game.
A deep three from, is that, it is Rep, excuse me, from 3 with the right wing, a deep NBA three-pointer. Are you kidding me?
And Steph Curry, Kirsten Rep pouring it in from all sorts of the place downtown here in the Chrysler Arena.
The ball goes inside to Hallie Thome, who immediately travels with it. And it looks like Williams is going to come in for Diamond Williams. Jalencia Williams in for Diamond Williams.
And so far, Fort Wayne shooting 5 of 8. That's 62.5% from three-point land. Let's see if they take another one here up this time, the court.
2 minutes left. It's 39-17. This is a lot more of a game. In fact, it's 18-15 Michigan in the second quarter. Inside to Jalencia Williams, who fakes off Hallie Thome, puts it up with the right hand. Good, great fake there.
Might have gotten away with a little bit of a travel, but a good job to get the defender in the air and take the easy two.
Munger in the corner, gets inside to Thome, who's double teamed, gets it to Church. Church rolls inside, fakes inside, back out with the left hand up off glass, no good. Rebound goes to Young.
And Fort Wayne showing hoping that they actually could have done this a few minutes early back in the first quarter, but good to see some fight out of the Mastodons.
They're definitely playing a lot better game, as it looks like Loppencooper stuck inside, gets it out to Young. Young going to go inside, almost stripped by Munger. Almost stripped there by Dunston. Gets it out to Loppencooper. Loppencooper stepped back for a three, decided not to take it, and then she'll just throw it inside. It looked like she wasn't going for anybody. Munger gets the steal, and she will be fouled.
Munger there reading the passing lane. Not an ill-advised cross-court pass by Fort Wayne there, and got fouled as she was heading into the open court for the easy layup.
And it's going to be free throws for Nicole Munger, as Michigan is now in the bonus. She will shoot 2. 2 dribbles with the right hand, puts it up and in. Michigan 3 of 3 from the free throw line.
Michigan getting production from a bunch of players here today. That was Munger's 8th point on the game, and they got a lot of players on the verge of double figures.
Make it 9 as Munger puts it in, and look at this. Fort Wayne, 5 of 5 of their last 5. They've made their last 5. That's very impressive with under a minute left. This is a team that scored 2 points in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they aren't known as a well-shooting team, shooting just above 41% from the field on the season. So a bit of a surprise here in the second quarter.
Ball, cross-court pass was stolen from Dunston, who gets it to Church. Church was going to go all the way in. She stops, gets it out to Dunston, left wing to Flaherty for 3. No good, it's short. Rebound goes to Young.
Oh.
And Flaherty just gets the steal, but she loses her footing and goes out of bounds. And it'll stay with Fort Wayne.
Flaherty was lying on the ground after she thought she had been fouled, was lying on the ground after that shot. It got up just before the Fort Wayne player came down the court. The Fort Wayne player seemed to dribble right into Flaherty's arms, literally, who stood up and took the foul.
And it's going to be Flaherty. I thought she had dribbled it out of bounds, but it looks like it's going to be 2 shots for Flaherty. Very nice job there after the missed 3. Young not too happy about it. She'll go sit down for Albrecht. Excuse me, that's not Albrecht. That's Williams, Diamond Williams.
And that's already the 14th turnover of the game for Fort Wayne. Looks like they're not going to be giving free throws. It's going to be side out of bounds Michigan basketball.
It's going to be right outside with 36.6 to go. Michigan can get it down to about 7 seconds here. 41-19. She's got to get it in.
Ooh.
Over Thome, but gets it to Dunston. Now Flaherty's got it. She's going to dribble this one out. Gets it to Thome. Thome works against Diamond Williams. Gets it to Church in the right wing. Gets a screen from Thome. Now Thome's going to go inside. She's double teamed. She's going to go right around. He gets it to Munger inside. She's double teamed. Gets it to Flaherty in the corner. She didn't want the 3. She goes under the basket. Gets it to Haley Brown, or Munger from 3, in the corner, no good. Dunston gets the rebound with 6 seconds. The shot clock's off. Church, a deep 3, no good. Rebound's going to go to Rep, and with no time left on the clock, we will hit halftime. Michigan 41, Fort Wayne 19.
And a little bit of a changing of the tides there in the second quarter. Michigan, no field goals in the last 3 minutes, 15 seconds. Only 1 for their last 8 down the court, while Fort Wayne has made their last 5 shots going into the half.
It's very interesting. Michigan, 1 of their last 8, and Fort Wayne's made their last 5. but the score doesn't really show that. It's 41-19.
Well, what the score shows is that Fort Wayne has been shooting 30.4% of the field and has 14 turnovers on the game so far.
Michigan down to 17 of 34, so they're down to 50%. If they want to hit that 60% number, they're going to have to step it up in the second half.
Had a very strong start in the first quarter and into the second quarter, then cooled off quite a bit, only shooting 50% from the field right now. But the surprising stat is that they're only 2 for 10 from three. We could see that change in the second half.
And we said it earlier, Fort Wayne 5 of 8, McCarver 3 of 3, Rep 1 of 1, and Young 1 of 2. Albrecht 41% from 3 this season. She has taken a
47.4%.
Excuse my number there, but
she is 8 for 17 on the season. I'd like to see her get some more shots. She hasn't even taken a shot.
She hasn't taken a shot yet.
Yeah.
I mean, it just doesn't make any sense.
And when you look at the statistics, that's part of the problem for Fort Wayne so far in this game is the turnovers. Because they have 14 turnovers to Michigan's only 4 on the game, they've only taken 23 field goals compared to Michigan's 34. And when you take that many less shots than the opposition, there's not even a chance that you're going to be able to stay in the game.
Rebounds are 18 to 13 in favor of the Wolverines, but they've been killing it on the offensive glass, leading 8 to 6, and on the defensive glass 10 to 7. It's been all Michigan so far in the first half.
Yeah, and going forward, Fort Wayne knows that they're probably not going to have a chance to win this game, but they definitely want to build on that strong end to the first half where they were shooting 5 of 5 down the stretch. They want to come out, show that they can hang around with the Michigan Wolverines in the second half and make a statement, not for anyone else watching, but just for themselves going forward heading into their conference play.
Second quarter, it's 20 to 17 in favor of Michigan, so a lot closer than 21 to 2 in the first quarter.
Definitely much closer, and definitely something that Michigan Wolverines can work on going into the second half, making sure that they close out quarters and halves strong.
It's really been a four-woman monster here for the Wolverines. 10 points for Thome. She's 5 of 5 shooting with 4 rebounds and 2 assists. Then it's Caitlin Flaherty, 3 of 11 shooting. Yikes, 1 of 4 from 3 in 18 minutes. She's got 9 points. Munger, 3 of 6, 1 of 4 from 3. She made both of her free throws with 2 assists, 9 points. And Jillian Dunstan, 4 of 4, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. She's got 8 points, and she's got the double-double sirens going crazy in 18 minutes.
Yeah, so far Michigan Wolverines, even with the not the best end to the second quarter, have shown that they're well in control of this game. And another thing to watch out for this game is that head coach Kim Barnes-Arico has 120 wins during her 6 seasons coaching the Michigan Wolverines. That puts her number 2, just 3 wins behind Sue Guevara, who's currently the head coach at Central Michigan and the Michigan Wolverines career wins leader with 123. So win here could put her at 121, just 2 wins behind tying the all-time Michigan women's basketball head coaching wins record.
And you got to imagine she's going to shatter that one. She has no plans of being done coaching this team.
Yeah, and Michigan Wolverines is only a small part of her historical amazing head coaching career, in which she's only 10 wins away from reaching 400.
Fort Wayne only has really one player to talk about, and that's Kashira McCarver, 9 points, 3 of 4, 3 of 3 from 3-point. Are you kidding me? In 16 minutes, she's got 9 points, 1 assist, and 2 turnovers.
And none of those were easy 3-point shots. She got that crazy one off the dribble where she came to the top of the key, looked up, shot clock was at 1, just threw it up, banked it perfectly off the backboard. She called bank. I heard it up here. And then later, on the right wing, all the way almost out of bounds from Steph Curry range, throwing that one up. Absolutely perfect stroke, and she's looked really good out of all the Fort Wayne players so far.
And this has been a 2-headed monster for Fort Wayne, and we talked about it earlier in the pregame. Albrecht and Loppencooper. Loppencooper 0 of 5 from the field with 2 turnovers and a foul, and Albrecht, the only stat she's recorded is 1 turnover. That's it. She hasn't even taken a shot.
Right, and looks like her coach doesn't have the most confidence either in her so far, only playing 10 minutes in the game. McCarver's been getting some serious minutes, those 16, and Loppencooper has played almost the entire game. And it looks so far that anything that's happening on the offensive end for Fort Wayne has gone through Loppencooper, or McCarver ends up taking the shot.
As it looks like we've got some unicyclists for the halftime show here. Very interesting. We should throw it down. We should give a chance to thank Lucas Vargas. He's in studio for us. We're on. For those of you listening in 88.3 FM right now here in Ann Arbor, Lucas Vargas is the guy that's putting it all together. And for those of you listening here on YouTube, Thank you so much for listening, everybody. As the unicyclists are doing their thing. Teresa is joining us. It's 41-19. The Wolverines are on top. We got about 10 minutes left. In the second half, it will not be me and Joseph. It's going to be
Eric and Teddy taking over in the second half. And a slam dunk from the unicyclists standing on each other's backs. Absolutely great ball movement. Good explosion to the paint right there. Throwing it down with absolute authority.
Is that better than Fort Wayne's ball movement so far today?
It definitely is better ball movement and showed some ferocity getting down there in the lane.
Teddy Gutkin and Eric Margolin, you guys are going to take out in the second half. And, well, it's not going to really be that much of an exciting game, Joseph, is it?
I don't know. Fort Wayne could make it interesting. I say every time down the court, give it to McCarver, let her shoot the deep ball, just see what happens.
And you got to imagine Albrecht. Is she hurt? What's going on? No shots, 10 minutes. I mean, there's obviously a lack of confidence there.
I'll tell you what's going on. So far, Munger has been matched up on her for a lot of the game, and Munger has been really solid defensively here today, recording that block on, I believe it was Loppin Cooper's drive down the lane.
Yes.
And Munger, maybe a little bit of a deterrence on Albrecht not wanting to take any shots and getting just a little bit bothered by Munger's tenacity on the defensive end so far here today.
Definitely, and it's been a very good defensive showing from Dunstan and from Thome. Particularly inside, they haven't been able to do anything in the inside, in the points in the paint. In fact, they only have 4 points in the paint to Michigan's 28. And I mean, 4 points in the paint, that's not really going to do anything. Definitely kind of a difficult to do when you can't score in the paint and you have to take those outside shots. That might be a big reason why Fort Wayne is missing a lot of their shots.
Definitely. If people other than McCarver are taking the outside shots, they just haven't been going in. And I got to stop you right there, Chris. Right now, the unicyclist is 14 feet, perched above the backboard on the unicycle, and that is just absolutely scary looking. I mean, oh my God.
How? This is very impressive. I mean, you're right. He's 14 feet in the air.
Oh.
And, I thought he was about to fall. I really thought he was about to fall. This is intense. And I mean, in a game like this, in a blowout like this, we can talk about the unicyclists. We can talk about the halftime show because there really is not much to talk about when it's 41-19.
I mean, you can talk about the Michigan Wolverines' dominance so far in this game, but it's basically what we expected coming into this. Michigan expected to get a tune-up before they start conference play. Fort Wayne definitely eager to take the opportunity and has shown for stretches in the game, especially at the end of the first half, that they are up to the challenge. I mean, if you look at Fort Wayne's so far record on the season, they haven't shown up exactly. They haven't been so poorly so far in the season. Only lost 64-50 to Illinois away to Illinois.
They've played well.
And only lost by 12 away to Xavier. So they've shown that they can stick with some of the better D1 schools in the nation. But so far here today, the Michigan Wolverines, who are looking to improve on their WNIT tournament win last season.
Yes, finally there's a banner in Chrysler Arena for the women's basketball team, the NIT champions of last year.
It's great to see, and you know that they'll feel like they should have made the NCAA tournament last year, and I know they feel like they can compete with anyone in the country, with Flaherty looking like she can go one-on-one against anyone in the country, Thome giving them size on the interior, and some great outside shooters like Munger and Church. And so far, it looks like the Michigan Wolverines are showing this season that they are just below the top tier of teams like the Notre Dames and the UConns.
Well, before we go, it's important to mention, this is Flaherty and Thome's team. These are these two's team, and it's going to be very exciting to see what happens in Big Ten play.
Absolutely. Everyone's going to be watching this Michigan Wolverines basketball team, hoping to see what they can do with all of the talent and experience on the roster this season.
Joseph, any last words before we send it out to the second half squad?
Only that. I want to see Michigan Wolverines continue this dominance. Good luck to Eric and Teddy, and go blue.
Yes, and thank you everybody listening here in the first half on 88.3, listening on YouTube. We greatly appreciate it. Teddy Gutkin, Eric Margolin, you guys are going to take over. Eric, take it away, man.
All right, so welcome back. So we're here at Chrysler Center right now. The Wolverines are up 41-19 versus Fort Wayne. It's just been a blowout. It hasn't even seemed close at all, right, Teddy?
Oh, not at all. I'm telling you, I think we showed more hustle getting the board to get over here than Fort Wayne has on loose balls and on the glass. This feels like an exhibition right now.
Honestly, it's just brutal. It's almost hard. The first quarter was hard to watch. The team only scoring 2 points. It's just sad. It's like watching a college team play a professional team. They just look fully outmatched. They're not as big, they're not as fast, and they're not as technically sound. There's really nothing they can hang their hats on in the first quarter. However, I definitely think in the second quarter, the Mastodons did show up. They scored 17 points, which is something.
And I think it's saying something when a team's celebrating cutting a lead to 20. See how this first half's gone. But I do agree, we saw McCarver 3 for 3 from deep in that second quarter. Her shot's really working. I'm not saying I think Fort Wayne can come back, but they've definitely shown that they're not going to go down without a fight in this second half.
Most definitely. I definitely think that Fort Wayne may not be able to come back, as the largest lead, or largest deficit they've overcome this season has been 8 points on November 25th versus Belmont. And they came back from that, but I don't think that it's going to be that they can do it here. They're playing a much better team. Definitely playing a much better team, and they are down by a lot more. I don't think that it's possible for them to come back, but if they can come out, show some fight, and make this game a little more fun, I think that would be a good call.
Absolutely, and I think we also have to talk about the distribution of scoring on this Michigan offense. Tuesday night against North Florida was all Caitlin Flaherty. She's had a bit of an off night, but girls like Tome and Munson have really picked up the slack.
Most definitely. I think the weirdest thing is that Flaherty isn't scoring. When Flaherty doesn't score, usually the games are close. Like if you look at the Kent State game 2 games ago, that game was decided by a margin of like 4 to 5 points because Flaherty only scored 4 points in that game. When Flaherty doesn't score, Michigan usually doesn't do well. However, tonight she's only shooting 3 for 11 from the floor, yet they're still up by a large margin.
I think Tome's been a huge reason for that. She's been absolutely incredible inside. You've even seen her throw out a couple reverse layups here and there. This may be the best offensive first half she's had all season.
Most definitely. I think Hallie Thome is a presence inside, especially when Michigan is playing teams that don't have a big man or a big woman. It's a big problem because like Thome is 6'5", but she's agile and quick enough to make it around bigger defenders, yet she's big enough to get over smaller defenders. She's that perfect combination of speed and size that you want in a center.
Absolutely. And I know they're down by 22 right now, but what are you saying in the locker room if you're Fort Wayne's coach?
You're saying to not give up. Like, this lead is massive, and they probably won't come back. But I think the best thing that Fort Wayne can do is to truly come out and try to fight. Like, they may not win. They probably won't win. But if they can hustle, if they can fight, then it might give this team some momentum going forward as they continue their season.
Absolutely. And I've got to ask you, it's been 4 consecutive years where Michigan's made the WNIT. With the run they've gone on, they're 9-0 in December. Is this finally the year that they make it back to the NCAA tournament?
I'm really hoping. I definitely think that the competition they played in December has not been anything like they're going to see in the NCAA tournament or even in conference play. But if they can continue to play like this, and if Flaherty can stay hot, I think Michigan has a chance to make a nice run in the actual WNCAA tournament.
Absolutely, Rico's done a tremendous job developing these players, and it's really showing up here tonight.
Definitely. I do think that what I want to see now in this half is because of this lead, I want to see Michigan come out and give some minutes to people who don't usually get minutes. You know Flaherty can score. You know Thome can beat everyone. But I want to see what this bench has to offer because we haven't seen a lot of it. Even though they've been winning and blowing out teams, the bench hasn't come in a ton. And I think that's just to get the starters reps and time to mesh together. However, I want to see people like Deja Church.
She's been phenomenal.
Deja Church has been fantastic. I want to see her play big minutes. I want to see people like Samantha Trammell. I want to see Kayla Robinson. I want to see Peace play big minutes because that's what this team's future is. This team's present right now is Flaherty and Thome, and you can see that they are both fantastic players. But I also want to see what's in store for the future of Michigan women's basketball.
I completely agree, and there's a good chance that they may never be in a game with this wide a margin again. Like, I don't think you can waste the chance to give some of your young girls a chance to get some real action.
Most definitely, because from here on out, the schedule is not easy. After this game, we play Delaware State, which might be an easy game. But then Penn State, Iowa, Wisconsin, Ohio State, Indiana. We're in the heart. We start the beginning of Big Ten play, and Big Ten play matters a lot. Big Ten play is the way we're going to get into the tournament. Is we got to continue to win and beat teams who aren't as good as us. Because I fully believe that we are one of the top teams in the Big Ten. And if we can run the table like I know we can, I think we should be doing fine and be well set up for the NCAA tournament.
I completely agree. And I know that we're not playing great opponents, but to dominate these mid-major teams the way that they have is absolutely incredible, and it's really going to help them come to conference play.
And that's what great programs do. You know, UConn, they beat teams they're supposed to beat. They may lose one or two games here and there, but they lose to good teams. When they play teams like Fort Wayne, they win.
And we are just about ready to get the second half of this game underway. Michigan leads 41-19, and we are ready to go here in the third quarter as Caitlin Flaherty brings it up. And Eric, what do you think about the decision to start with your full starters here in a 22-point game?
I honestly think it's a great decision. I think I think you need to get them out there, get them ready, get Flaherty back some of that confidence after going 3 for 11 in the first half.
And her shot selection was one of the biggest question marks for me in that first half. She was pulling the trigger as soon as she got the ball in some cases, when she's been a little more patient with her shot selection in other games. As Tome gets a layup and Michigan is up 43-19. Great pass there to set her up underneath.
It definitely was. It was a good pass and it was a great reverse layup.
Tome up to 12 points. She's also got 4 boards. That leads the Wolverines tonight, as Fort Wayne will try and set up their offense. On the wing, driving, kicks it out. 3 ball is good at the shot clock expires. That was Williams.
Was it Williams?
Or, pardon me, Rep.
It was Rep. Rep was a great shot by Rep. Rep was wide open.
And that's now the second time, Eric, that the Wolverines have played great defense for 29 seconds and then given up a 3 as the shot clock expires.
That's what it is. You got to play defense for all 30 seconds.
Absolutely, and I know it's Fort Wayne, but they've got to tighten up in these situations, especially when the competition gets tougher, as you said.
Most definitely.
Big Ten play.
Ooh, Dunstan with a nice rebound there, passing it up to Flaherty, who's taking it up the court really well.
Flaherty with the step. Flaherty with the step back. On the drive, kicks it out. Flaherty has it. I think the pass was tipped. Now Flaherty's going to go to work. Gives it to Brown. He's got it top of the key. Brown has it stripped away. And now the Mastodons will have a chance to score on the fast break. On the drive, layup is good by Young.
That was just some bad play right there from Brown.
But Michigan's looking to get it right back. Flaherty with a gorgeous layup. And what a pass by Dunstan. She could play quarterback for the Cleveland Browns with an arm like that.
Yo, honestly, anyone could play quarterback for the Cleveland Browns with an arm like that. Hallie Thome, the Chagrin Falls native, definitely could play quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. But I want to go back to the possession before that, when Brown lost the ball. Brown wasn't keeping control. She had the ball really far away from her body and her elbows in, so the Fort Wayne player was able to knock the ball away. And I think that's going to be crucial. Is against better teams, that's going to happen way too often. And I know we're playing Fort Wayne. I know we're up by a good margin, but that doesn't mean you can get lazy with your ball control or get lazy with your technique. You have to play technically sound all the time. Pretend it's like practice. If you practice bad habits, you're going to continue to have those bad habits. So the idea is if you practice good habits, you will continue to have good habits. So having good habits and doing well is important.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself. How important do you think it is, speaking of habits, to get these young players in games like this to help them get a feel?
I think this is definitely
the college game.
This is definitely the time to do it. Like late third, early fourth is going to be the time to get your young players in and get them some minutes. But I think you do want to keep your starters in just to continue to have that unit mesh.
Completely agree, and it's going to be so important. They've got Penn State next week, one of the better teams in the Big Ten Conference. This is a really important tune-up game, even though it's the third quarter. As you said, it's just so important to get as much chemistry as you can.
I definitely agree. I think that the most important thing is just getting this team to work together. And their 2 biggest losses against Notre Dame and Louisville, it was solo ball, it was hero ball from Flattery and Thome, and that's not what you can have to win games. Good teams win games. Good players definitely help, but good teams win games.
I think we're seeing just how much potential this offense has tonight. Flaherty's been a little bit more willing to pass the ball. We haven't really seen that in the last couple games. Thome's an absolute monster inside. Munger's got her shot working. Brown's been a great distributor. They're really doing everything you could ask for right now.
I definitely agree. What I do want to see out of Hallie Thome, after watching a lot of her games, once she takes 2 dribbles from the post, she's not looking to pass anymore. She's only looking to score. She's got that tunnel vision, and that's a problem, especially when she's going to get double teamed. That's going to have a lot of turnovers and a lot of missed shots. I want to see her, when she gets the ball in the post, to look to pass it, not only to look to score. I think that's important.
And coming out of the timeout, the Wolverines will have the same 5, as will the Mastodons, who, at this point, all you can really do is try and look for some positives. It looks like winning this game is out of reach.
Most definitely.
That was inside give and a layup off a beautiful pass from Young. That was Williams scoring the bucket. It's 26-45 now. We've cut it to under 30. Charity stripe jumper is off from Dunstan, but a great rebound by Tome. She's been an absolute menace on the offensive glass tonight.
Tome is just a fantastic rebounder. I think it's just because she is so much taller than anyone else on the court. That 6'5" height is a real advantage, and her solid technique and foot speed allow her to do very great things on the offensive end of the ball.
Jump shot from Brown is off. Ball ricocheted around a little bit there as they were trying to find Flaherty. And now Rep's going to launch a 3 in transition off. And that's just not, you can't have a play like that happen when you're up by 29 there. First of all, you allow an offensive rebound to Young, and then you foul her.
Yeah, I think
immediately.
I think that was
Curious play there.
I think that was Munger trying to go for the ball and hustle, which I admire. Hustling for the ball is an important thing, but you got to be smart when you hustle. You can't just run into someone else's body. That's not going to get anything done.
And we have a substitution here.
We have Keisha Peace coming in.
And Eric, what can you tell us about Keisha Peace?
Peace does not play a lot of minutes. This whole season she's played 28 minutes in total, averages about 4 minutes a game. But she is a solid player. She's young, but she is good. She's high energy, and I truly believe that she has the potential to carry this team as she gets older and Thelma and Flaherty.
And speaking of people who could have a future impact on this team, we haven't seen Deja Church enter the game yet in the second half, but we figured to see a lot of her as the third quarter goes on. We enter the fourth.
Most definitely.
As the shot clock's winding down here, and the Mastodons are unable to get a shot off, as Torminen had a lot of pressure in her face. No room to get a shot off there. Great defense by the Wolverines, forcing yet another Mastodons turnover.
Definitely, that was some solid defense right there. It was extremely fantastic defense, and I think really, that's the 15th turnover for the Mastodons. No, you're not going to win a game with 15 turnovers.
And we're talking about 15 turnovers in the third quarter. This isn't late fourth.
No,
the Wolverines have played suffocating defense. As a layup is missed by Peace, taking her first shot. And now the Mastodons will run it in transition. It's Lacken Cooper working with it, kicks it to Young at top of the key. Rep's got it, drives, fakes, looking for somebody. She finds Lacken Cooper. Lacken Cooper jump shot way off the mark, and the rebound is caught by Dunstan, who almost lost it out of bounds. Now Flaherty's got it, giving it inside to Peace. Peace, nice move inside. Can't get the roll on that layup.
She's definitely got to work on getting a little more arc on that hook shot.
But it's great. Sorry.
It's definitely good to see her go. But it was definitely looked really flat, and I think that'll just come with time and practice.
Williams has the top of the key, and Dunstan's all over her as she gets it out. Lacken Cooper now working with it. Swings it over to Rep. Now at the right wing looking for somebody. They find Lacken Cooper, They find Young, lost the ball. It's picked up by Flaherty. Wolverines can run in transition. Flaherty, beautiful pass, and a layup is good by Nicole Munger.
Was a beautiful pass. She split 2 defenders running down the court, hit Munger for a wide open layup.
I think that's a great development we saw with Flaherty right there. I feel like a lot of the time she tries to take that herself and get to the cup for an and one opportunity. A little more willing to pass the ball and set up Munger for an easy 2. It's a jump shot here from Williams, an air ball.
That hit nothing. That was off by a lot. I don't know if she felt.
Has she been shooting with Lonzo Ball?
It looks like she had. It's crazy because she was really hot in the first quarter. Williams shot 3 of 4 in the first quarter, and she's missed 2 straight. And it's an interesting thing to see because that hit nothing. I don't know if she felt the pressure. I don't know if she was too wide open and it got to her head. But I just couldn't tell what was going on there. And we go into a timeout. with the score 47, Michigan 47, Fort Wayne 26.
I think that shot really summarizes the game for Fort Wayne. They've had a lot of good wide open looks, and just like that shot, they've come up short on all of them. They've been playing catch up from the second the buzzer sounded to start this game.
I do agree. I think Fort Wayne's been in a scoring drought for a little bit, and Fort Wayne's been in a 3-minute, 11-second scoring drought, and it's starting to be reminiscent of the first quarter. Michigan isn't scoring that well, but Fort Wayne isn't scoring at all, and that's like Fort Wayne's not going to be able to win if they can't score some buckets and make those wide open shots.
Completely agree, and it is a little bit troubling that even though we're winning by 21, pardon me, we haven't been getting nearly as much offense as we were in the first quarter. Ever since the first quarter, the offense has been kind of stagnant.
I think that the first quarter was lucky. Like, honestly, I think the first quarter was a lot of shots that shouldn't have gone in that went in, but in the end, I think that it pushed us to do better, but it's also really helped us. Like, it helped us build this lead so then we can work into an offense and not just have Flaherty throwing up prayers the whole game. Because when Flaherty throws up prayers, we may win games, but it is a lot harder for us to work as a team, and it's not good practice when we start to play better teams.
Very true. And we just saw on the court, there was a shooting competition where the competitors had to run down the court wearing their pants down to their feet.
Yeah, I think
the things you see at college basketball games, Eric.
Hey man, it is weird. I think that competition was a get dressed as fast as you can and then run the other way and make a layup competition. And it was much more competitive than this game has been.
Absolutely.
It was like a buzzer beater shot. It was fantastic. If the Mastodons could run offense like that, I think this would be a great game.
And I think they got to sign that girl who won the competition to a 2-quarter contract, honestly. They'll need all the help they can get if they want to come away with the win here.
Very true. But we'll see what happens. I hope the Mastodons can come back and make it an interesting game.
It make our jobs a lot more fun.
Most definitely. Like, I love when Michigan wins. It's one of my favorite things. But it's not, blowouts aren't really fun to watch. It's just not what we're trying to get to.
I completely agree. And look who just checked in. It's Deja Church.
There she is.
Bringing the ball up across the timeline. Looking to run the offense. Munger's got it. Left wing. Now Tome's got it. Tries to kick it inside, and it's stolen away. And now the Mastodons can try and run in the fast break. Rep's got it at the right wing. Gives it inside, and we've got a foul. It's called against Tome, I believe.
That's an interesting call against Thelm. I really didn't see much, but I also have a bad angle because they're under the basket. But it looked like a very clean defense. It looked like very clean post defense. I can't really tell, though.
Completely agree. I didn't think there was that much contact. Mastodon's looking to get it in, and we have a whistle. Is this going to be a 5-second violation?
No, it looks like we're having an illegal screen here on the Mastodons.
Legal screen called.
I didn't see that against McCarver. Oh, that's not good. McCarver is one of their better players. With the leading scorer with 9 points, already now has 3 fouls.
And we have a substitution for the Mastodons as Hess checks in. And now Church will bring it across the timeline, looking to set the Wolverines' offense up. Tome with the screen to get Flaherty open at the top of the key, at the left wing. Now Dunstan has it. Church gives it off to Tome, who gives it to, I believe that's Munger. Munger inside. Tome gives it inside, and there's a foul. Dunstan drew it, kicked it out to Church, who hit a 3. That's not going to count.
Yeah, I think that was definitely a solid play. Really, what I think that Michigan needs to do is Michigan needs to keep driving and kicking. That's how we're going to win games, because when we drive, especially with Flaherty, defenses get afraid. And when defenses are afraid, they collapse, leaving shooters wide open on the outside.
Tome's got it off the inbound, drives right inside, misses, gets her own rebound. Second attempt, way off the mark. Now running with it is Lacken Cooper, looking to set something up for the Mastodons, looking for really any sign of positivity. McCarver's fouled, shoots, and she's going to get 2 free throws. That one was way off, but there was some contact as she let the shot go. Let's see.
Definitely. I think it's going to be on Deja Church, who had her hands up, and it looked like she was straight up, but it was still a lot of contact. But, so here we go. What I'm seeing here is that Fort Wayne is trying. They're not rolling over. They're not playing their backups. They're not just trying to lose this game. They're really trying. They're showing some heart. And even if they're not scoring and they're not doing as well as they could, I think this is an important step for them.
Absolutely. She hits the first. Second attempt is off. A great rebound there by Dunstan. She's up to 11 boards today. Dunstan's got it top of the key, swings it to Church. Church inside. Tome has it and now gives it to Flaherty. Flaherty looking for a screen from Dunstan, and she gets it. Flaherty on the drive. Layup is good.
That was a great layup.
Move by Flaherty.
And that's the classic Helen Flaherty we've seen all season. She hasn't really shown it today, but making contact layups.
Absolutely, and that's really the first sign of aggression we've seen. Also, that's a Caitlin Flaherty that we all know and love.
Very true.
Kick out here. Mid-range shot is off. Church running the floor on the drive. What a move and a lay-in!
That was beautiful. It was a nice little step through between two defenders and then a reverse layup. That is what you're looking for out of a player. She's got that high energy scoring off the bench. You know, she's really, really solid off the bench. She gives that spark that the second unit needs when they come in.
I think it's also so great to see a freshman in Church have the aggression to go for a move like that. Like, you know, we've seen some of the starters who are too afraid to try and force the action transition. She just goes for it right away.
Most definitely. That was a fantastic play by Church right there. And so I think what we need to see from Michigan is Michigan needs to continue to keep their foot on the gas. They need to score. They need to play hard defense. Fort Wayne has scored 0 field goals in the last 5 minutes and 4 seconds. And that's going to be an important stat to keep. If Michigan continue to push hard on defense, that's how we're going to win this game.
Absolutely. And now we're seeing...
it looks like we have Johnson's
checking in.
And here we go. Fort Wayne inbounding the ball. We got Albrecht with the ball taking it up the court. Albrecht moving from left to right. Albrecht to the top. Albrecht gets a screen from Young. Young to Hess. Hess looking around. Hess ball faking.
Great defense there by Flaherty, trying to limit all potential passing lanes.
A nice driving kick by Albrecht. Albrecht to Young in the corner. Young with the ball. Young dribble drive. Foul on Dunstan. Dunstan looked like she was going straight up, but that was a body contact foul, and it looks like it's going to be. It looks like it's going to not be a shooting foul.
And I don't know. It looked like she may have been bumped as she was getting that shot off. I know, obviously, we're pulling for Michigan here, but that's a bit of a questionable call there.
We got Albrecht to the top. Albrecht looking in. Albrecht to Hess. Hess to Young. Young's on the right wing. Young driving. Young out to Albrecht. Albrecht for three. Albrecht no good on the three.
Albrecht shooting 47% from three this season. That's the first attempt she's taken. Kind of curious that they haven't given her more looks.
I think it's definitely because Albrecht doesn't really take that many threes a game. Albrecht takes 1.7 threes a game after a nice layup by Thome. We got Fort Wayne with the ball. Ooh, nice pass by Young.
What a pass.
That was a great pass to Williams, and Williams gets fouled on the shot, and she's going to be going to the line.
I know she was fouled there, but when you're in a hole like this, you're really going to need all the buckets you can get. That's one you've got to finish.
Most definitely. I think you do need to finish that, but in the end, a free throw is pretty good because we have the shot clock stopped, and they're shooting the ball. First free throw from Williams is good. Rattles around the rim and in. Which makes it a 53-28 game. And right now, we have a substitution for Michigan. We have checking in. We have Peace checking in for Thome. Thome's coming out, and Thome is over there talking to Erika. I think they're just talking about what they want to do with substitutions for this next little bit. Free throw from Williams is no good. Rebound Church. Church looking up the court.
You got Flaherty.
Cross court pass to Flaherty. Flaherty looking for a foul, but no foul. Turnover for the Wolverines, and the ball goes back to Fort Wayne.
And I know it's a huge lead right now, but even in games like this, I don't really know how I feel about taking those chances. Like, what are you going to do? Are you really going to try and take that shot in a major conference game? You got to learn to slow the offense down and set it up instead of just trying to go Hail Mary every time.
Most definitely. And Young, after dribbling off her foot, they're going to call a push on Young. Instead, she questions Church, and there's the Wolverines' ball again. That was some nice aggressive defense from Church that drew the foul.
Just everything going the Wolverines' way today.
It is definitely a strange sight, but it's not going to complain about it. And here we go. Church taking the ball up the court. Church looking. Church at the top of the key. After some screen set at the bottom, Flaherty with the ball at the left side. Flaherty to Dunstan. Dunstan dribbles to the right. Dunstan to Peace. Peace looks on the drive, and Peace to Church. Church, great layup.
What a move by the freshman there.
That was a great layup by Deja Church. She just went right around that screen and laid it in. And here we go. We have Hooper with the ball to Young. Young on the inside to Williams. Williams double teamed. Williams going in, and the foul is called on Williams. Foul is called. Williams looks like she's going to the line. The foul is on Peace with the push down low.
What a great effort by Williams there to get that shot off, body her way inside, get a chance for 2 free throws. She's really been the standout player for the Mastodons today.
I think Williams has been trying her hardest to bring this team back into this game. She's getting the ball inside. She's being physical after that made free throw. She now has 8 points, and she's leading the team. She has a large percentage of their points, yet they are still down 55-29.
Absolutely, but she's doing just about everything she can to try and bring them back. She's been the catalyst for this second half mini run, if you will.
Definitely. And I still think
she hits both.
She does hit both, and I think it may be a mini run, but they're not doing too hot. Church taking the ball up the court, wide open. Oh, we're going to have a drive here by Johnson.
And what a move by Johnson.
That was a great move by Johnson. She drove from the wing, went up and under, and made the layup.
And we're seeing the freshman here. We saw Church earlier. Now we're seeing Johnson. They're making the most of their opportunities here. They're being aggressive. They're trying to find their own shots.
Young with the shot from the top of the key. No.
They're really making their presence felt here in the third.
Most definitely. Dunk quickly up the court. Peace misses the layup. Rebound Williams. Williams looking up.
She could have tried to hold it there. They had a chance to hold for the final shot of the third, potentially.
They did. Albrecht.
Curious shot selection there.
Definitely. Albrecht with the ball on the wing. 15 seconds left. Albrecht picks up her dribble, looking, gets to Young. Young got it by Flaherty at the top. Looks like we're going to have a screen set here by Young. Here we go. Lappenhuber to Albrecht. Albrecht with the runner. Rejected by Dunstan with 1 second left. Flaherty from half court. Ooh. Way short, but it's fine. The Wolverines are up 57-30 at the end of the third.
Just obviously, nothing's going to live up to what we saw in the first quarter, but for the most part, absolute domination by the Wolverines in this quarter. Freshmen coming in, playing excellent basketball. Flaherty seems to be getting her swagger back. Of course, Tone, there's not really much more you can say about her. She's been the best player on the floor, without question.
Most definitely, but now I think it's time for Thome and Flaherty to take a little bit of rest. Flaherty is at 13 points, 5 of 13 from the floor, and that's fantastic. And I think what's most impressive so far has been the defense. Michigan has allowed 0 field goals in the last 7 minutes and 46 seconds. It's been crazy. Fort Wayne is 0 for the last 7 field goals, and I think that's what speaks most. That's what the best thing about this game so far for Michigan.
I think we can't talk about what Michigan's been able to do without discussing the turnover battle. I know it's 18-7, and as many turnovers as Michigan forced, I'm more impressed by how well they've taken care of the ball in this game.
Most definitely.
7 turnovers, not an easy feat at all.
And when you don't have turnovers, other teams can't score points off of turnovers. So points off of turnovers for Fort Wayne only has 4 points off of turnovers, and that's not a great number, whereas Michigan has 23 off of Fort Wayne's 18 turnovers. I think that's really the biggest thing for Michigan is right now. If they didn't have any of those points off turnovers, it'd be a 4-point game. By Michigan not turning the ball over and forcing Fort Wayne to turn the ball over, Michigan has truly dominated this basketball game.
Absolutely. And what do you think we're going to see in the fourth quarter from the Wolverines and the Mastodons? Do you think we're just going to see the freshmen get their chance to shine?
I hope we see the freshmen get their chance to shine, but it looks like Thome and Flaherty are going to come in to start the fourth quarter. An interesting call by Coach Rico. What I do want to see from the Mastodons is I want to see hustle. I don't want them to play like they're dejected and like they're losing by 27. Play like it's a 1-point game. Play like your life depends on it. And it'll give you momentum going forward, and it'll show everyone else who's watching this game, all of your opponents who need to scout you, that you're not going to give up. You're not going to roll over when you're down 27. You're going to fight until the end.
I completely agree. And especially in a 27-point game, even if you're not going to come away with a victory, I think it's really important to try and show your team what you can give to them as the season progresses. Show your worth and show what you're able to do.
Most definitely. For Michigan, it looks like we're going to start the half with Flaherty, Johnson, Brown, Church, and Thome. Whereas for the Mastodons, it looks like we're going to come out with Young, Albrecht. I cannot really see Young, Albrecht, Williams, Lappenhuber, and Rep. Here we go, Lappenhuber with the ball. Lappenhooper to Young. Young to Albrecht on the wing. Albrecht looking around. Albrecht dribbles up. A great screen from Young to Lappenhooper. Lappenhooper drives. Lappenhooper tries to kick. Swatted away by Johnson.
Great defense by Johnson there.
Most definitely.
Very active hands.
Albrecht at the top of the key. Albrecht looking to drive. Albrecht passes inside. Stolen by Thome. Thome looks like she is fouled by Young as she goes to the floor.
And that's really been the game in a nutshell there. Michigan's effort on the defensive side of the ball. Quick hands all around. Never give up until they've got the ball on their side. Just incredible effort. Even in a 23-point game, we're seeing they don't want to end the possession in which the Mastodons end up with the ball before the shot clock expires.
I 100% agree. And here goes Church with the ball at the top of the key. Church moving from left to right. Church inside to Brown. Brown looking. Brown up and under. Brown no good. Tries to get her own rebound, but Young has it. Young running the floor. Young going down the middle. Young stops. Picks up her dribble at the top of the key. Young looks. Young gets the ball to Rep. Rep to Lappenhooper. Lappenhooper with a shot. Mid-range. No good. Oh. Bouncing around, that bounced a lot, and it was good.
That is the definition of a shooter's roll right there. Bounced down like 5 or 6 times before finally finding its way into the cup. And surprisingly, we have a Michigan turnover right there.
Wow, that is not something
the pass for Thome was a little bit too tall. She's tall, but she's not that tall.
She's not that tall. And she is great, but she is really not that tall. And here we go. Looks like we have a timeout on the floor. Wolverines. As we head into this timeout, what are you looking to see out of players like Thome and Flaherty as we end this game in the last 8:50?
I mean, we already know what they mean to this team, what they're able to do. I think as upperclassmen, what they got to do here is they got to try and be guides to the freshmen and some of the other younger players. They got to show them, they got to like act as guides to run this offense efficiently. If they're there, if they have the opportunities for shots, take them. But I think they just got to take a mentor role here, let the young guys shine.
Most definitely. I think I could not have said it better, Chadward. I think that is perfectly put. They need to really mentor these young players because they won't be here forever. And if these young players can learn from all Big Ten presences like Thome and Flaherty and hustle like Dunstan, I think that will make that that will teach them more than any coach could.
Absolutely, and I think it's so important for freshmen to have the opportunity to play with girls like Flaherty, who I think we can both agree is one of the best players in Michigan basketball history.
By far.
To learn from a girl like that and to be able to play on the same floor as her, that can do worlds for a player's confidence.
Most definitely. When you play with someone who can facilitate and score like Flaherty, it'll give you open shots all of the time, and that'll boost your confidence. As we come out of the timeout, it looks like Michigan's going to go with Brown, Church, Thome, Johnson, and Flaherty. That same lineup with no subs.
And I think it's a little bit curious that we're not getting to see a couple more underclassmen come in here.
While I understand, I think this is more like the third preseason game in an NFL season. You're going to try to play your starters as much as possible. This is like an audition. This isn't really an audition. This is more of a dry run for when you get to conference play, which is coming up at the end of December. So I think next game we'll definitely see a few more younger players, a few more freshmen. But right now, I do understand Ulrika's decision to keep in her starters and to keep in her solid rotation players.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
For Fort Wayne, coming out, it looks like we're going to have Williams, McCarver, Lappenhooper, Young, and Rep.
You see on the big screen there, Spike Albrecht is in the house.
The former Michigan alum, Spike Albrecht, who scored 17 in the first half of the NCAA championship game against Louisville. But here we go. We're back to the game.
I don't think he's going to be rooting for us today, though.
I don't think so. But we have Lappenhooper taking the ball up the court. Lappenhooper to McCarver. McCarver dribbling. McCarver, stolen by Flaherty. Flaherty taking up the court. Looks like it's going to be a wide open layup. Flaherty, good with the right hand.
That is the 20th turnover for Fort Wayne today.
That's an insane number.
Incredible defense for the Wolverines today.
Lappenhooper with the ball at the top. Lappenhooper, Johnson on her. Lappenhooper picks up her dribble. Looks around, finds Young. Young dribbles back up at the top. Young to Rep. Rep to Williams in the corner. Inside to the other Williams. Williams with the layup is good.
She's just been absolutely fantastic today. She's gotten so many great looks inside, and that may have been her best finish the entire day.
Williams is the bright spot for this team with 11 points on 4 of 7 shooting. Church going right to left. Church, Flaherty to Munger. Munger looking around. Munger gets the ball back to Church. Church dribbling, screen from Thome. Church wide open on the right side. Still has her dribble. Church Flaherty with a nice cut off the Thome screen.
And
what was the
I
call
think we're going to
there?
get a foul there.
That looked like all ball.
Called against Lappencooper. I'm not sure, but
Looked like all ball on Lappencooper, but now it looks like we're going to have shooting foul on Lappencooper and 2 free throws for Flaherty.
and this is the last person you want to send to the line here. If you're Fort Wayne,
Truly, Flaherty
he's
is
one of the best free throw shooters in the entire country.
Flaherty shooting 875 from the line before this game, and as she just made her first free throw. And we have Kayla Robbins checking in for Johnson right now. And this is good. I think Robbins is going to be a solid player as time progresses, and I think it's great to see her in this game. Flaherty with her second free throw. Good. Flaherty is automatic at the line. It's a shocker whenever she misses a free throw, any shot, much less a free throw.
Absolutely.
Lappencooper.
Game reminds me a little bit of Steve Nash.
Very much so. Lappencooper for 3. No good.
That's not
Rebound
her shot.
home. Most
More of a
definitely.
mid-range player. Not really sure why she tried to pull the trigger from deep.
Church running up the court.
What a finish.
Falling away makes the left-handed layup. That was beautiful there by the freshman Church. Church right now has 9 points, which is crazy coming off the bench. She's just played 18 minutes, but she has 9 points. This is fantastic play from Church. Rep from 3. Rep no good. Rebound. Flaherty. Flaherty going. Rep on her as she takes up the court. Oh, we got Church wide open mid-range.
Church is going to pull this one.
Good.
And she hits it.
Nothing but net from Church. We got a timeout here by Fort Wayne with a score of 65-34 with 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
And Deja Church showing us right there why she's considered the future of this program. She's put on an offensive show in the second half. Great shot in transition there. 11 points off the bench. I think she could carve out a really nice role for herself in conference play.
I definitely think she already has. She's that big energy playing coming off the bench. She's efficient. She's 5 of 7 shooting for 11 points. She hustles with her 2 rebounds, and she plays hard, as you can see from her 3 personal fouls. She is truly the all-around player you want off the bench.
And I know we were talking about leadership on the Michigan side earlier. They only have 1 junior in the starting lineup for the Mastodons. I think you're seeing how important it is to have some established players in that starting lineup.
Most definitely.
They're really struggling to find their footing and create an identity.
The Mastodons are one of the 3 youngest teams in the NCAA. So, here we go. We have Albrecht with the ball. Albrecht at the top. Albrecht screen from Williams. Albrecht has it. Albrecht back to Williams. Williams looking inside. Williams has it. Good from Williams.
She's up to 13 points.
Williams is truly the bright spot for this team. Here we go. Church taking the ball past half court. Church hits Munger in the corner. Munger to Thome inside. Thome with a layup off the glass is good. Finishes with the left hand. Here we go. We have who do we have taking the ball up right now? I cannot really
Is that
see.
Rep? No, Rep's not.
It looks like it's Albrecht. It may not be Albrecht. It is Albrecht. Yes, it is Albrecht. Albrecht with the ball. Albrecht to Young at the top of the key. Young looking. Munger on her. Young takes it in. Young pops it. No good on the mid-range rebound. Thome. Oh, stolen from her, but Church got it back. Church looking up the court to Flaherty. Nice cross-court pass. Flaherty through the legs.
Pass.
Drive, hesitates, and scores with the right hand on the layup.
What a finish by Flaherty there. I'm pretty sure she didn't even look at the basket when she let that go.
Very true.
Unbelievable concentration.
That was beautiful. Albrecht with the ball. Albrecht stream from Carver. Albrecht mid-range jumper. Good. Nothing but net for Albrecht. That was a solid screen right there from Carver, and that was what set up the wide-open jumper. Here we go. Church taking the ball. Church at the top of the key. Church dribbling. Church to Munger. Munger looking around. Munger back to Brown. Or Robbins. Oh, Flaherty between the legs. Hesitates. Passes it to Munger. Munger looking on three-point line. Munger to Robbins. Robbins open. Passes to Flaherty. Flaherty gets a screen from Munger. Flaherty looking. Pops. Gets to Thome inside. Thome double team, but Thome still finishes with the left hand.
And that look from Thome, that's just as automatic as a Flaherty free throw.
Very true. Thome is just so good inside. It's crazy. Oh, a nice move from Albrecht. Albrecht passes to a wide open Young. Young for 3 is good.
What a play from Albrecht to create that space and then find Williams in the corner.
That almost looked like a Spike to Tim Hardaway Jr. pass right there. It was beautiful.
Sure, Spike's loving that one. And Michigan fans are very familiar with plays like that from his years here.
Definitely, and looks like we have a foul here on the Mastodons. It's a shooting foul on Hannah Albrecht with Flaherty going to the line again. This is just not what you want in a 30-point game. You don't want Flaherty shooting the ball. It's just dejecting to watch.
I know, but here's something that people will want. Since the Wolverines have scored 70 points today, fans can go into a participating Arby's location tomorrow to get a free slider.
And that is the reason they played the game, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely.
Do it for the fans and for the Arby's.
Which I'm pretty sure we don't even have on campus.
We don't. Arby's, the best restaurant not on Michigan's campus. Here we go. Flaherty at the line. Made the first one. Second one. Good. She is just automatic. It looks like we have a sub coming in for the shooter. Flaherty out. And it looks like we have Priscilla Smiggy in.
And even in what many would call an off night, Flaherty was still absolutely incredible tonight. She put up 21. Sorry, looking for the stats here.
Flaherty put up 21
points. And she was 6 for 6 from the line.
That's how you score points. You do what you're supposed to do and you win games. Looks like we have a blocking foul here on number 10 on Nicole Munger.
We've got a substitution here.
Oh, definitely. We have...
This is Rahala.
We have Rahala coming in. Rahala is a solid three-point shooter, but here we go. Mastodons inbounding the ball. Open at the top is Lappin Cooper. Lappin Cooper looking. Lappin Cooper to Albrecht. Albrecht in the corner. A screen for Albrecht. She goes the other way. A double screen for Albrecht. She gets it. A nice little roll by Lappin Cooper. Lappin Cooper, a great feed inside, and the basket is good by Williams.
It's an interesting call there from the refs. You've seen a couple of those other plays go in favor of Michigan and draw some offensive fouls. This time, no call.
I think they're just going to try to let him play it out and not stop the clock as much unless it's an obvious foul. And Munger with a great driving layup as she blows past the defender. Lappin Cooper with the ball, taking it up the court. Gives it to Albrecht just past half court. Albrecht on the left side. Albrecht looking. Albrecht gets a screen. Albrecht drives. Albrecht kicks. Wide open Young for three. No good. Bounces off the rim. Looks like we're going to have a fight for the rebound and a jump ball. Possession arrow is pointing towards the Wolverines. It will be the Wolverines' ball with 3:56 left in the fourth quarter.
Great hustle there by Peace. I'm telling you, if I'm a Rico, I want to see my players hustling, going for every loose ball. That's going to sit very well with her tonight when she watches game film.
And right there, that's how you earn minutes. You fight for the ball, you hustle, and that's how young players can earn minutes for a great team like the Wolverines. And here we go. Church taking the ball on the right side past half court. Church walking. Church dribbles through the legs. Taking her time. Church looking. Church gets to Munger, who just got a nice screen from Robbins. Munger passes to... who is that? That's Peace. Peace to Church again. Church gets a great screen from Robbins. Robbins pops. Robbins with the ball. Robbins to Munger. Munger looking around. Some great movement on offense. Robbins fakes the pass. Robbins has the ball on the left side. Robbins gets inside to Peace, and we have a travel on Peace. That is how you lose minutes as a young player.
You can't tale of two possessions for Peace right there.
Truly. You
press your coach, and then you do that.
Yep. You can't make mistakes like that in bigger games. And now we have Trammell checking in for Michigan, and we have Munger checking out. Trammell is pretty young. I'm assuming because I just have not seen her play yet. Trammell is she is a junior. She's from Minnesota. She's 6 foot tall. She's a 6 foot tall forward. And here we go. Young with the ball. Young looking. Young finds Albrecht. Albrecht to the left side. Albrecht with the ball guarded by Church. Albrecht with a great hesitation. Albrecht looking. Albrecht to Rajala. Rajala, there it is.
It's a tongue twister.
It is. Rajala inside gets fouled. The foul looks like it's going to go on number 21, Trammell, who just checked in.
And that's not the way you want to start a game, especially when you're getting limited minutes.
Although I don't think it was a bad foul. It was some solid defense. It wasn't a turnover. And now we have Rajala going to the line. Rajala makes the first one. Rajala herself is a solid shooter from the field. She doesn't really shoot very much. She's only played in one game with 1 minute. But from what I've heard coming out of the Mastodon locker room is that Rajala can really shoot the ball when she gets the opportunity.
She looks great on those two attempts, too.
Church with the ball. Some nice pressure there by Young for the Mastodons. Oh, a little bit too much pressure, and we got a defensive foul on... Oh, no, that was Lappin Cooper. We got a defensive foul on Lappin Cooper as Church had the ball at the top. That's going to be the 5th foul on the Mastodons with a score of 75-45 Wolverines.
And we've got a sub getting ready to check in after this possession.
It looks like
I believe it's Johnson.
Yep, Johnson looks like she's going to come in, but Church with the ball off the inbound. Church at the top of the key. A nice screen gets Smidgy open. Robbins with the ball. Robbins on the right wing. Robbins to Church. Church with the ball. Church looking. Priscilla Smidgy with the ball. At the top of the key to Church. Church gets a nice screen from Robbins on the right side. Robbins now has the ball at the top. They're moving the ball around the wings. It looks like they should try to drive pretty soon with 5 seconds left on the clock. 4,
get a shot off.
3, Church with a great pump fake. Mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound Mastodons.
Not the result they wanted, but that's the look you want, and that's a shot the Church usually knocks down.
Most definitely. We got Albrecht with the ball. Albrecht to Lappencooper. Lappencooper, not a great feed inside.
And what a recovery by Peace there to knock that one away. Loose ball, and this is going to stay with the Mastodons.
That was just a very confusing possession to watch. McCarver passed the ball inside to Rajala. Rajala missed it. It looked like Peace got the ball for a second, but then we had a jump ball after some great hustle by Albrecht.
And Peace making up for that travel on the other end of the court a couple possessions ago, knocking that ball away and trying to give the Wolverines a chance to run in transition.
Very true. Albrecht with the ball.
She's been a huge presence on the defensive end.
Albrecht on the left side, looking inside. Nothing there. We got McCarver with the ball. McCarver to Rajala. Rajala for three. No good, off the rim. Bricked, but a great rebound by Young. Michigan needs to hustle more to get these rebounds.
And that's the second time that Young's gotten an offensive rebound without having to move a step.
Albrecht with the ball. Albrecht, Rajala. Rajala for three. Pump fakes. Looking around. Still has her dribble. Hasn't used it yet. And for three, Young, no good. Great rebound by Peace. Peace taking the ball up the court. Peace to Robbins. Robbins got the ball. Robbins driving. Robbins with the layup. No good. Out of bounds. No foul called. And we have the Fort Wayne Mastodons ball.
And she had Smingy running open for a layup on the right side of the court if she wanted her. Just didn't see her.
Very true.
Looked like a deer in the headlights, just trying to crash in, draw an opportunity for 2 free throws.
Definitely. We got some subs checking in for the Mastodons. We have Rep coming in right now. And we also have Hannah Hess checking in at guard.
And Rep's a player that's got a great stroke from three-point land. We saw her hit 2 in the third quarter. I think with her and Rajala in, look for the Mastodons to try and space the floor a little bit. Get something going from deep.
Most definitely. Lappencooper in.
You see it right there.
We got Hess with the shot. Off the front of the iron, no good. Bounces around. Rajala with the rebound. Rajala open. Oh, we still have a Michigan player on the ground. We have an injured Michigan player.
And you never want to see this.
This is Trammell, who is injured. Trammell is down on the court. She looks like she is in a lot of pain, cannot stand up. It looks like it's her left ankle. I don't want to speculate, but it just does not look like a very comfortable thing as team doctors come out to attend to her. This is just not what you want to see in a game like this. There's 1 minute left in a 30-point game, and there's an injury to Samantha Tremolo. That's just not good at all.
Not at all, and I just hope she's okay. She showed some great tenacity on the defensive side in the minutes we saw her play. And especially in a blowout, you don't want to see a player go out like this.
Truly. Oh, Trammell is up right now. She is walking. She's not walking under her own power. Seems to be favoring her right foot at this point. The junior forward from Minnesota is walking off the court, and she looks to be okay as the audience applauds. That could have been a really bad injury. It did not look great from how much pain she looked like she was in.
Absolutely. I think that should just be a reminder that even though this is a 30-point game, you got to turn the motor down a little bit with a minute left. Like, you've secured everything you can. You don't want to put your chances for future success in danger.
See, I think that's this. I 100% disagree. I think you got to keep going because when you start playing lazily, that's when injuries happen. When you don't follow your technique, people fall, people trip, people slip, and that's not what you want. Here we go. Mastodons with the ball. Mastodon rep. Stolen by Smeegee. Wide open layup, left-handed, is good. A great defensive and then offensive transition possession. That was some beautiful play.
There. That looked like Xavier Simpson last weekend against UCLA.
Truly. Lubert with the ball. Lubert to Rep. Rep has it. Rep gets the screen from Lubert. Rep double-teamed. Rep gets the ball to Williams. Williams inside. And looks like we have a charge. A great charge taken by Robbins as Williams gets another foul.
Just looked like a brick wall there. Just took the contact, didn't even fall to the ground.
Truly, it was
Wolverines basketball.
That was a fantastic play there by Robbins. Fort Wayne has not scored in 2 minutes and 21 seconds. Some solid D from the Michigan reserves. Smeegee with the ball. Smeegee looks. Smeegee hits Johnson. Johnson with the ball. Piece at the top of the key. Piece back to Smeegee. Going right to left. Who is that? It's Brown. There it is. Brown to Robbins. Robbins inside drive. No good. Off a great drive.
Like the aggression there to try and get to the cup.
Most definitely.
Robbins is a great driver. Just couldn't finish there. Another steal.
Another
They're going to blow a whistle.
Oh, they're going to call a foul there on Smeegee. That looked very clean. It looked like the same play again. She poked the ball out, but I guess not.
She's showing some great tenacity. I know I'm saying this a lot, but really everybody on the Wolverines is showing
These
great
reserves,
tenacity on the defensive side.
most definitely,
Love the effort I'm
these
seeing.
reserves are playing very hard right now. They're playing to win the game, and that's amazing. That's what you want. You play to win the game. That's what we do. We got Rep with the ball at the top. Rep to Lubert. Lubert has it, and that is the game. There is no more time as time expires. The Michigan Wolverines win this one by a giant margin, 77-45, a 32-point game. It was not even close. From the outset, the Wolverines looked like the dominant team, and Fort Wayne just looked outmatched the entire game. As the Michigan fight songs play, Teddy, what do you think was the best part of this game for the Wolverines?
I think we can't talk about this game without discussing that incredible first quarter. You on a 21-2 run. Munger's shot was really clicking from deep. Thome was doing an incredible job inside. But I think the best part about this game was, for the points where it was really competitive, they were able to stay in it without Flaherty playing on top of her game. It really shows the depth of this team and the fact that they don't need one person to play well to win every night.
Most definitely. Flaherty was not that efficient today, only shooting 7 of 15 from the field with 21 points, yet the Wolverines still take the win. If you had to give an MVP to one Michigan player this game, who would it be?
I've got to go with Thome here. She set the tone early in the first half. She finished with 18 points on 9 for 13 shooting. She had 8 boards and 2 assists. Her hook shot inside was an absolute cheat code. I think it goes without a question that she was our player of the game.
It truly was a fantastic all-around game for the Wolverines. For WCBN 88.3 FM, this is Eric Margolin and Teddy Gutkin signing off and saying thank you so much for joining us for another edition of the Michigan Wolverines women's basketball. Our final here from the Chrysler Center, Wolverines 77, Mastodons 45. We'll be back, I think, next week, right?
Thursday the 21st, we're going to be playing Delaware State right here at the Chrysler Center. It's going to be the final game before we tune up for Big Ten play.
Be there or be square. Thank you so much, everyone. Just be there or listen in. Thank you, guys.